Get the car.
T, you about to go out the goddamn door. I had to make sure that you was okay.
Psst, I see dead people.
Psst, I see dead people. What's going on? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm okay. What's going on? NPC the game. Gabriel Alexander Carbo here today on this Mercury Retrograde. Coming to you live from the back rooms of Taiwan. The real District 13, Shaolin, all that stuff. Shadow Buddha in the building, bitch. What's going on? Yeah. Mercury Retrograde, huh? Mercury Retrograde. Check out the retrograde. It's going to go on from March 14th to April 6th. What's up? Look within. How's it going? Brother. Ashima. Alexander. Sister. Divine. Sparks 313 Goddess. Yeah, everyone's here. Everyone. And the great Jack Talcott. Good to see you, bruh. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, what is this Mercury Retrograde all about? In the beef sector, what does it say? This is the real. Now, first of all, this thumbnail is beautiful, thanks to my wife. That's the meal she made the other day for our dogs. Raw purple yams, regular sweet potatoes. I think maybe she had dragon fruit in there. The freshest raw chicken and beef in there from the morning market over here in the back rooms of Taiwan. We feed our dogs raw because that's the way you're supposed to do it, because they are carnivores. Yeah. Beefing, bro. So, Panelverse Mercury Retrograde beef, March 14th to April 6th. I'm over here coughing like damn fucking old man Baccarat from The Sopranos. This lingering cough. You know what? This is a big day. This is a big midweek. Dude, to be transparent, 100%, I literally thought I was going to get very bad news this week. That's why I haven't really been around, or maybe my normal self. I got the news, and it was great. Everything's good. But yeah, man, your boy, your friend, your host was down a little bit last week, but everything is copacetic. We learn, relearn. Raw dogging it, God Heart Guardian. Yeah. Appreciate all you lovely people, man. With the nice, great advice. It's funny because last night talking to Shadow Buddha in the house, bitch. Dude, I just wanted to fucking roast everybody and just done with it. Because I see these impurities in myself that I'm learning from, detoxing from, but it's still there because I see it and I project it in other people. And I want to just, fuck, this is a disgusting place, this Panelverse that I'm a part of. But no more. Good luck to you all. Can't take it. All your, including mine, I guess, but fuck the preference. All the Panelverse content, I have to say, dare I say, it's shite. It's shit. Garbage, trash, negative. It's all bad. Yeah? Thank you, Divine Spark 313. We'll take care of you. We won't degrade you. We'll celebrate you for the beauty you are, not like some people. What's his name? Now, I don't want to name names, but the lawyer dude. But anyway, yeah. The Panelverse is dirty as fuck. What's going on, Vengeful Truther? It's dirty, and this Mercury retrograde causes you to revisit everything that your consciousness tells you need to review. People say their history of saying them that it's time when a whole bunch of miscommunications happen and technology messes up and your car breaks down, for example, God forbid, computer's fucked up. But all that is doing is showing you things that you should have been mindful of already. But it's doing it in a gentle way if you're paying attention. But if you don't know what's going on, you have your head up the culo because you think you know this and that, astrology's gay or it's witchcraft or this and that. You're missing out on a tool that you can use. But that's okay because I've noticed that a lot of people in this area, in this sector, all of the above sector, they love distractions, man. They love distraction. What's going on, crazy mama? Good to see you. They love the distraction. And this Panelverse is fucking shite. It's shit, man. It's shit, and I've been sitting in it. It's a real life, Panelverse is a real life Jerry Springer. And folks that stream, they need to get their anger out. And the people that go up on the panels, they need to get their anger out. And like, I'm better than that person, or like, they don't know shit. I'm going to propagate my ideas at all costs without listening to anyone else. You know, turn the lights down and entertain us. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Entertain us. Entertain us. That's what it is. Yeah, I heard somebody say recently, you know, entertain us. And I get it. Entertainment is great, but are you really learning anything? At least for me, it's important that I want to have fun and like turn off my brain sometimes, but I still want to be entertained 90%. I mean, learning 80 to 90% of the time, you know? This is some people's lane is to do this. Everyone has their trip. So that's why I can't totally be like, this shit shouldn't be around. You know, fuck it, burn it down. No, I don't need to be around it because you guys are lost, man. There's no redeeming qualities to these shows. I won't even call them broadcasts. There's no redeeming qualities at all. What's up, Paul? Good to see you, bruh. No redeeming qualities, all negativity, all beef, all fucking debating. Like debate. That's so fucking. I was gonna use the word gay because that's negative. That's grew up saying that. But no disrespect to gay people in the sense that like it's beyond that. It's infantile. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense, as Ben would say, who this channel is mainly for, and his cult of excellence. It's nonsense. It's entertainment at all costs. Debate culture for the last 3 or 4 years on this YouTube I've surrounded myself with. Me and Shadow surrounded ourselves with. It's like we didn't even want it. As a kid growing up, went to one of the best prep schools in the nation, one of the second oldest in the nation, and Jesuit school. And like they had a debate team, and I kind of wished maybe I would be part of. I should have done that debating team. You know, maybe become a lawyer after. But debating in terms of learning how to debate here is just for flexing. You know, which. It is a priority to look cool, definitely. But at what cost? You're debating, right? And then not only that, you may not have a formal debate on your channel, but you allow bullshit as a streamer. People to come up and like talk some shit that you're not even involved with. You don't even want to fuck with, but you let it ride because everyone's listening. More people are listening. This is a culture of deaf. Not like deaf ears and death with a TH. Shadow Buddha in the house, bitch. With the comment. Yeah, the Panelverse debate culture is a medium of escapism from reality to avoid responsibility and accountability. Yeah. It is. It's an anomaly of inner turmoil of the chatter and also the paneler inner life. It's an anomaly of their inner life that they feel like they need to release the misery of their mundane lives. the debate culture is like a deep dive into the inner darkness of the unknown, because people are afraid of what they don't know. A lot of my younger students, when they see something, I show them a video of a culture they don't know, they say that's ugly or that's gross, because they don't know. And when diving into the inner workings of your psyche that you normally don't go there with the intent of getting better and transforming, leveling up, you dive into the unknown, but you're doing it to escape. You're using the debate culture, and when I say debate culture, I mean talking shit in the chat and on the panel. You're using it as an escapism from your mundane life, when in fact the mundane life is very interesting when you start being aware of what's really going on. Your mundane life is a mythical narrative. But how's it going to be a mythical narrative if you're locked in the matrix of the Panelverse all the time? I don't know, man. This is seriously some fucked up shit. Every content creator in the Panelverse is shit. They suck. It's negative. It's not the only place, but it's the place I've been. It's like when I used to live. It is not like it is. I'm gonna stand up and hold my nuts. It is when I lived in deep East Oakland, and I wasn't from there, but at the time it was a traditional place that that I lived when I was starting my family. And even though it was exciting and fun, that place was a piece of mierda, a piece of garbage, a piece of shit. Was negativity all around, with people that wanted better, but were afraid to come out of their house, aka y'all being afraid to be who you truly are and standing up for really speaking your truth when you don't like something, but you're fearful and all fucked up. Like I was, and I see it in y'all because I'm projecting it, and it bothers me to see it in me because it's some bitch shit, man. This shit's dumb, bro. Why the fuck are we hanging around here for? With stupid ass reaction videos to people speaking about their experience and shit. It's dumb, bro. It got no skill, no creativity. What's up, Leopard? How's it going? Just talking about, what a fucked up place this Panelverse is and how dumb you guys are for like hanging out here. That's all. Yeah, but I wish you the best, though, all of you. I want from my brothers and sisters what I want from myself, which is peace of mind and bliss. But you ain't gonna find it here realistically. There's no redeeming qualities to these shows. All the shows you're gonna go to right now, listen to today, there are no redeeming qualities. The only redeeming quality there might be is what not to do. Dude, I'm gonna be partying by myself after this, which is fine. I mean, we've been doing it for a minute anyway. Miserable lives. The Mercury Retrograde is showing me, giving me a rewind of what I've been doing, and it's ugly. I'm like, why the fuck am I hanging out at the nerds table? I'm not a dorks table, not even nerds. At least nerds are smart. Dorks think they're smart, but they're not. Yeah, I'm an athlete. Some of you at your best are athletic supporters, but you don't need to be around these dorks and shit. What's going on, True? Good to see you. Redemption's when you make it. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Ragamuffin Vision? Good to see you. We're just talking about how this Panelverse is shit, and the people that listen to it are stupid. Don't got no ovaries or balls, metaphorically and probably fucking physically too. Escapism. This is the debate culture here is escapism, using and using it like Shadow Buddha bitch in the chat said, they're using the debate culture as escapism, as a medium. It's a medium to cope. It's copium. It's like eating ice cream and gorging yourself with Rocky Road and then feeling like a piece of shit after you ate because you're like, why the fuck did I eat that, man? Yeah. Like, why did I go there, man? This space is not about learning consciously. None of you are good people. I mean that. I mean that you're not a good person if you're fucking around in this place. It's like when Mike Elp said in Friday Twos to the white boy. He said, why are you hanging out with us black people? We wrong. And I know what he was saying. He's talking about more like niggas and shit, not black people, original people and whatnot. But I get what he's saying. And when I say you guys are good in a sense that you are good, the inner being of your core is beautiful. It's like actually there's no need to be enlightened because you're already there, all of us. Even the social pariahs in the Panelverse. But if you're consciously hanging out here every day, you are a fucking loser. I'm about to let me do a matter of fact. Let me just unsub from all these people right here. Shit, man. This is disgusting looking at these people on these creators on my sub right now. Why did I do this shit, man? Y'all niggas are whack. And it's all about the drama. You're gonna go listen to some drama today. Yeah, you are a nobody. You are a nobody, crazy mama, but you're not alone. I'm a nobody as well. We are nobodies in the realm of nobodies who think they're somebody. They think they're somebody, right? Even though everyone's an NPC until we talk to you, right? Non-player character. A noble pushing consciousness. You guys are nobodies. We're all nobodies, which is great when you realize that fact. Once you realize the fact that you are nobody, which is a highly conscious way of looking at it, you become a somebody to the nobodies who think they're somebodies. You get it? You know? Yeah. This Mercury Retro, I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna share with you and express like all the beefs have been going on lately, and then this person said this, and then there's gonna be reaction to this and that. Old things are coming up, which I could have told you before if your dumbasses would have been listening to me, like that these things would resurface, right? But it's like it's bigger than that. For me personally, I'm reviewing literally. You got to look to see where Mercury falls in your chart, right? Mercury, your mind, how you speak, how you think, how you build up your Cartesian reality. What sign is it in? What house is it in? My Mercury is in the 7th house. The 7th house is Libra, the other relationships. So I'm looking how I talk to people in my relationships. Am I thinking? My Mercury's in Sagittarius. So see what sign your Mercury is. Your communication style. Mine is Sag. That's why I'm talking about what I believe. Sagittarius is very much into what they believe. They're one of the most spiritual chambers. When I'm not talking about not being authentic is when I start mumbling and fumbling and whatnot. I believe in higher consciousness. This is what I'm pointing to. Even though on that way to higher consciousness, we do some unconscious things and like sophomoric humor and a little drama and whatnot. But if that's all you're about, why are you here? No. Why am I around you? That's the more question, because it's more about the big picture in the small picture. I'm the small picture in the big picture, and vice versa. As above, so below, so below as above. I'm focusing on what we can do in our immediate experience, in our circle or cipher of influence. I can control that. I can control who I'm with, who I listen to. You know, I can do all that, but I can't tell you what to do per se. But if you see me speaking this truth, you'll probably see it in you if you resonate. What's up, Hank? You said I would rather solve problems. Drama gets boring. Yeah, it does get boring. And to call you out, well, you're like a synchronicity of drama not wherever you go, a lot of places you go, and you like that. I get it. Yeah, you own it. I'll give it to you for that. Yeah. So if you want to come up, tell me I'm absolutely right, please, or don't. Just come up. This is your chance. I'm gonna be partying with myself for a minute. So here's your chance. Come up. You were a chat hoe. Whore. Divine Spark. Yeah, but at least you're a professional, right? You ain't casually doing it. You're a professional, right? I mean, what you do, though, I see what you do. It's not mean-spirited. It's not wishy-washy. I kind of know where you stand on a lot of things, and we line up, so that's cool. What's up, man? How's it going? Look within.
What up, bro? Can you hear me? You hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Hey, what's your thoughts,
No,
man?
you're not wrong, bro. I was saying some of the same shit down in your chat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been on a couple people's shows lately, and I've just been tearing into people about the same shit. But it was
Yeah.
just a 5/11 day. We got another 5-day coming up on Friday. There's a bunch of 5 days this month, bro. A bunch of chaos energy right now. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're talking about the Mercury retrograde. We got the bloodworm moon on Friday. So
The
that's total
bloodworm, huh?
eclipse. Yeah, bloodworm, total eclipse moon. It's the last worm of winter, or the last
Okay.
moon of winter. Yeah,
Yep.
All right.
that's one that's pretty
Okay.
significant to me, honestly.
Okay, I think I'm sandworms. What's up, Miss Alexander? What's up, Mr. Hank?
Hey.
Hank Truthio. What's up, man? You're chilling.
I
What's
always
it
get
significant to
activated.
you?
I always get
Please.
activated around that time. That was 2023. The worm moon was my first like. So like I had a like accidental fucking like, if you want to call it whatever, awakening, like Kundalini fucking experience type shit. I couldn't sleep for
Yeah.
like 48 hours. And I barely ate. And the weird thing was though, like I wasn't tired. And like I asked my wife, I was like, do I look tired? And she's like, no. And I was just kind of tripping. It's kind of seeing shit out of the corner of my eye and shit. That's not normal for me.
Top
But
tier
like
consciousness, man.
it's been
Not-
happening again this week. Like I've been seeing some shit out the corner of my eye and whatnot. And it's not normal for me, but it's always around this time of year when the worm
Okay.
moon rolls around.
Yeah. I think of worms as going deep, right? Alexandra?
Yeah.
Can you hear
Miss
me?
Alexander? Yeah, I can hear
Can
you.
you hear? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a wild one. I feel like
Mm.
it's cleaning up what Mars retrograde was doing when it started in December, and then it finally went direct, I think around the 20th of February, which was when everybody was fighting. And now
Mm-hmm.
with the Mercury retrograde starting on Friday, that's gonna like really just convolute the communication more. But I think this Venus retrograde, which is going right next to the Mercury, they're both going back to like the 0 degrees Aries is considered the world axis. So I'm kind of expecting some strange things to play out on, I think it is April 7th or maybe 8th around then.
Right.
But I did notice something today that I have I feel bad because I haven't really looked ahead. But you noticed this was the year of the snake, right?
It's my year,
And
baby.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and I did not notice until I just so happened to look at the thing. Uranus, the planet Uranus is in Taurus right now. And by the end of, I think it's May, it goes into the fixed star Algol. The last time this happened was right like when we entered World War II.
Oh shit.
I know, and it
It,
was the year of the snake
God
then
damn.
too. And I was like, whoa,
This is
okay, that's kind of
all
creepy.
that, yeah, all that shit matches up. It's a 9 year too on top of that,
this,
so it's like a year
Yeah,
of
wow.
completion
Completion, huh?
reversal.
completion.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the great the professor at my university, Richard Tarnas, who wrote books about philosophy, but also how these epochs of time are
Mhm.
are regulated and correspond with these outer planets transits and stuff.
It
So
really
yeah,
does.
this
Yeah.
really does. What do you think, Hank? I mean, I like your views. You know pretty much everything. What's going on,
I
Hank?
love his hats too.
Yes. So
I don't. I don't like fedoras, but that's another thing. But Hank can rock it. That's his. Yeah, he's doing good.
Got the
He's
purple on
handsome.
though. The purple is fire. I like the purple.
Yeah, yeah.
so so astrology is just a calendar.
Mhm.
There's probably some people who probably set their lives or probably set everyone's lives to the schedule of astrology, but I
Mhm.
don't take it seriously as fortune telling.
Okay, yeah. What do you think it's useful for as a tool?
Um, if telling time without our network time server systems and stuff. That's probably what it's useful for.
You mean astrology or calendar?
Astrology is a calendar.
Yeah, yeah. And the calendar does tell you about time and place where your consciousness is fixated. There are many different calendars. You're right. But
Yeah.
I like the overlay in terms of personality. And I have to tell you, bro. Like for example, last night, I kind of went off on one of my junior high students. She's a Gemini sun sign, and she's constantly like when we're doing English class because I teach English. She's always doing her homework from her day school, right? And it's fucking annoying because it's like we don't have much time to go through what we go through a week. But I get it. These kids are overwhelmed in Taiwan with homework, right? So, but the thing is, it's like, fuck that. I know you're a Gemini. I know you like to multitask and whatnot, but I gotta hit you in the head with this. It's like, don't do that shit now. You need to focus on some things. Cause I think a Gemini and energy needs to be reminded of that sometimes. It's not always good to try to do everything at once, even though it's your gift and there's a place for that. But there's times when you really need to focus on certain things.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think
You're right.
and I think this Mercury retrograde is really slowing shit down. It's almost like what Tupac used to say, my only wish when I die is to look at my life, on rewind basically. That's my words, right? You know what I mean? So you can maybe if you do go to another place after this, you kind of learn some lessons or whatever. And this Mercury retrograde is really, really getting me to see like where I'm at, where I've been. Because I'm serious, bro. This shit is nasty here, bro. It's fun and all, but I mean, the red light district is fun, but it's nasty, bro. You don't want to be there every day.
Yeah, my
I
life
know I don't.
isn't so good that when want to watch and rewind, I'd probably just skip into just go to the next thing.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's your trip. That's why it's the beauty of all of us having different perspectives of this thing called consciousness, huh?
Yep.
Like everyone does what they do, yeah.
And yeah,
So
and now answer for the drama thing. So people want to attack me for things that aren't under my control because if they try to attack me for something I have control over, then they have to negotiate with me. So that's pretty much how the drama goes. If it's something I can control, I'll
yeah.
work with you to resolve it. And if it's something out of my control, then it's not my problem. It's that simple.
Yeah, but I see you throw yourself in these places where they're like extremely chaotic. It'd be like the equivalent of someone like being during in Iraq, like I'm gonna go to Fallujah and see what I can, get it, see what's popping. It's like I always see you in these places and whatnot.
Hank
You
loves
love the
it, though,
drama
man.
though,
They're
right?
not. Here's
He
the
loves
thing.
it.
I guess I
Yeah.
walk wherever I want because they're not threatening me. So I just go wherever I want. So I go to places that don't have a lot of drama. Like Benjamin Sardik's show, but I'm not co-hosting, and therefore have everyone
I don't know
going
who
to
that
my panel
is.
too. So
Well, I haven't opened that up in the Panelverse yet, but I'm talking about the Panelverse we know. I call the all of the above sector, and this is not. It's going to become like a chastising. Sounds like it, but no, I do. I like you, Hank. However, I see you at the Talcott. I see you at with fucking with the Voldemort, Tommy, and like all these other people and stuff, like causing like chaos.
Voldemort,
Well,
that's funny.
Well, he
So-
should not be named or whatever. Yeah.
yes, but someone has to keep them under control before they hurt themselves, and no one else is doing it, so I might as well do it because it's within my power.
On the
Yeah,
on the
I
Talcott
get-
thing, man, he's
Yeah.
trying, bro. He's really trying. You got to
I
understand.
know
he's
he
like,
is. That's
he's
why.
a-
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I
Such a
fuck with
nerd.
him.
Yeah, he's such a nurturing person that he doesn't even want to push away shitty people.
Yeah, I
Believe
agree.
me, plenty of us have told him, and he's that much of a forgiving motherfucker. Then you can see how it triggers. And
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
we're
yeah.
like,
I mean,
just
that's what
fucking cut
that's
him
what
off,
people-
man. Get rid of him. You know what I mean? Like,
But he knows that's why
Fool me
people
once, shame on
watch
me.
his shit, bro. But he knows that's why people watch it. Come on, bro.
I find
no,
it
I
an
think
interesting study of like psychological neurosis
Come up here, Jack.
and like
I miss
how
you.
they fit in society and how people interact with them. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely. That's why I like to watch it.
that's honestly,
yeah.
I'm observing half the time. Sometimes I'll stir it up like crazy mama in the chat just because it's funny. But I mean, it's nothing I wouldn't say in real life, you know. But I mean,
Yeah.
I just kind of try to make jokes about. But it's amazing how many people take themselves and all of this very seriously. I
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
You're right.
I still allow some of those creatures that terrorize Jack's panel on my panels, but they don't want to come to my house anymore because it's a hot house. It's too warm environment for them. They don't like it. So
back to
Yeah.
that's why people watch your shit though. But I mean, some people are starting to understand, and you are right. Some people do it for the views, but if you shed your old audience, a lot of the time you'll gain a better audience if you change the focus. Like all
Yes.
I've been
Oh, of
doing
course.
is market analysis videos lately. That's
Yeah, I
all I've
saw
been
that.
doing on my channel.
I had to retake my thing. I'm like, what is this? Is this my friend Brian the Leo's channel? Because he does the same thing. He wants me to do that too.
That's cool.
But you gain more viewers, and you gain a different type of viewer, like a financially sound viewer. You know what I mean? Somebody who's actually concerned with advancing themselves in life. So I mean,
yeah.
imagine like if you're one of those stock market analysis channels that had thousands of people on it. I see people drop those guys like $500. No problem. They're like, oh, thanks for your help and tips or whatever. Here's 5 Gs. You know what I mean? Here's 500. Whatever.
Yeah,
That's the type of people that you'll gain. So I mean,
Yeah, and that-
people will learn eventually. It's fine.
That's awesome.
And I'm probably gonna move on to gaming and software development or something like that.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll check
whatever
back
serves
with
you,
you
man.
in a year. Let's see if that's the truth. Yeah. I hope you
Oh,
would.
come on.
I mean,
Encourage him.
Huh? I am. Why do
I
why gotta
encourage you.
why gotta like do this damn kid glove shit all the time, man? You know,
I can
like,
tell.
fuck
I can
that
tell
shit.
the chaos energy is strong with you right now.
I mean,
That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
Let
on
it flow
Linux.
through
So
you.
I've been on
Let it flow
Linux
through
since the whole time you met me.
Not trying to
No
say
one
that
even
word.
knows about it, so we don't really talk about it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I can't even be a fucking chaos energy of chaos when I keep saying like I love you guys because that's the underlining pin is it's like you know what I mean. I do. I really truly love you. I was thinking about putting that on my channel like just I love you all because I do and that's whatever it sounds like whatever but I truly mean it. With that said, there's different forms of love like we talked about. Look within. I'm gonna add one like the tough love, bro. Because I for me that works at times, but I also
No, there is a place for it.
need the what is it on the help us out Alexander like there's the Kabbalah and there's one side is the punishment side and directly the opposite is the punishment and then there's not nurturing crest and then punishment and then what's the opposite of punishment? Mercy.
Reward?
Mercy or
Yeah.
mercy, yeah. So I do like tough love, that drill sergeant way of of learning things for me. But then again, I also need mercy too. I mean, I guess that's the extreme Scorpio shit in me.
Well, I think we all
Yeah.
do, and I think sometimes, like when you're talking about taking a break from here, is just being merciful to yourself. I mean, like if it gets overwhelming with the drama, you're not forced to like watch it, so just don't watch it. And then I kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
some of the
Easy for you to say.
people who could just kind of come and go, and they don't come very often. You know, like I
Yeah.
was watching. I think Neve does a really good job of covering the news, like Sarah said, and they don't show up except once a month almost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seems kind of healthy, you know. But like being on every night, airing every night, that gets like addictive type behavior.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
brought the name up, so I gotta say it. Even though like she was playing the video, and Mel was saying like my name on the thing, but she didn't say nothing, Neve. But I have to say you're right. Only once a month. However, if I were to make an award for the Panelverse, all the above sector 2025 for most divisive streamer, I would definitely give it to her, to Neve,
Really,
because
that's cool.
because divisive, right? Divisive,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
breaking shit up, like
Yeah,
and all that
absolutely.
because
Highly
that
intelligent too.
yeah, I guess yeah. And then I guess I'm not saying as a compliment, but it could be seen like that. You're right. She is definitely great at that. My thing is, for me, that's the epitome of like what I don't want to be around, which is weird. If I'm I'm gonna be completely transparent. To be cover 100, it is. She is very skilled at that. However, that's such a fucking negative, toxic shit, bro. It's like, and it's not even being honest with the critique, and not even, it's totally one sided. However, she's good at dogging on whatever she focuses who she's gonna dog on, and that shit is definitely a fucking bad look for me. Being
Being
associated with that type
concisive?
of shit.
Well,
No,
yeah, I mean,
being
it
no,
depends.
talking shit about people. Like that's all. Like the whole stream is just talking shit about somebody.
But
That's
it's usually people who are already talking shit about other people. Or
yeah,
at
they
least that's
suck
what
too.
I noticed. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
they suck
So they're
too. And the
talking
thing
shit
is,
about people who are talking shit covering the shit talk, which is
my
just
thing,
basically, yeah.
basically what?
It's basically covering the drama shit, you know. But if you
Yes,
don't
yeah,
like the drama
exactly.
shit, yeah, then don't
Yeah,
tune
but
into it.
my thing is like, I get it. It's bad enough when two people are having an argument online. It's ugly, right? But that's their shit. But then to bring all these other people into it, like it's like that's so corny, bro. It's goofy. It's toxic as fuck, man. And people are
That's
like,
that's the
huh?
panel verse, though. I mean,
Yeah,
that just seems like
it's shitty.
it's like
It's a
every
piece of
week
shit.
someone is fighting with someone else, and
It's a lot of places though. It's not just the Panelverse. It's corporate America. It's
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what we choose to be involved in. Like me though, like I barely talk about that. I'm talking about it now because I'm kind of like
Yeah.
trying to detox myself and this shit's coming out. But like it's corny, bro. I'm trying to like learn and have fun and all that shit, but this shit is just
and
dumb, bro.
then
And then people in
there's
the chat like ha 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 he he, which I get it, but it's I laugh at it of the ridiculousness
Yes.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
usually just ignore
absurdity. I
I,
like
I,
the absurdity of it all.
yeah. I just ignore the parts that are uninteresting. So pretty much when it comes to the personal attacks, I only care about how good something is technically and if it relates to the psychology because psychology is just harmful. The psychology academy industry or the magic book of insults that's harmful. So I'll keep track of those two things and everything else. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about the harmful people are actually, to me, I feel like the harmful people are actually in our society. They fly undercover. We don't really know. And so sometimes being inside here and seeing how it works and seeing how things unfold, it gives people a different, cognition of how it operates versus being part of the system that continues to reward kind of neurotic behavior, which is a coping technique of a culture. And I feel like, you don't really see it and you can't heal it till it comes to surface. So I've learned some from the Panelverse about watching how to pull the bullshit up to the surface and then deal with it. But it doesn't mean I have to take it seriously. I don't. It's hard to.
Yeah, think
Yeah,
of it
that's
as
a good
a
skill that you
jab. It's
have,
an
man.
inoculation against BS.
Um,
There you go. Thank
yeah,
you, Hank.
yeah. There's a lesson. There's a lesson to everything you can get, and yeah, and that so it sounds like a vaccine, like you said, which I don't fuck with that shit anymore, and because I take my chances, of dealing with the situation when it comes up and dealing with it. I'm not trying to get those weirdo side effects. I'm using it as a metaphor for the Panelverse,
Right.
Yeah.
But
But
if you're feeling like you have to detox from it, then, did the jab not take well, or did you get the illness instead? You
This
know what I mean?
medication will help you sleep. Side effects include suicidal thoughts. You may die.
no,
Anal bleeding.
yeah. I think I
Skull
got no. I
fractures.
think I got the virus anyway, because I'm
Exactly.
straight up
Yeah.
about it. These people are
Yeah.
like, they do these streams and they go like, I'm not naming names because normally I do that because I'm straight up with it. I let my nuts hang, but like I said earlier, all you guys suck, right? So including chatters too, and streamers, and me, little part of me, right? But keep it 100. But like I'm addicted to this shit. They'll do like streams like is social media and they don't even say YouTube. They say is social media addictive? Is it bad? Nigga, you're addicted, bruh. You stream like 100 times a fucking 6 months. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm being honest in the sense that like not that you have to pat me on the back or anything, but like I'm addicted to this shit, and that's why it is a detox. My shit
Okay,
is like, I guess
gotcha.
I'm on the Scorpio tip, but like it's either black or white, even though I know there's a gray. At
Right.
this particular moment, I'm under the Scorpio chamber of like, I take everything seriously. Carlos Castaneda type shit, Don Juan. Every breath is a
Carlos
dance with the death,
Castaneda. Yeah.
with death. You know what I mean? It could
Keep
happen at
death
any
always
moment.
on your shoulder as your
Exactly,
best friend.
exactly.
Yes, I
Yeah.
like that quote from him. That's like one of mine that I took from. Yeah, I love that one. But yeah, I mean, when you're cognizant of death and it's constantly on your shoulder as your best friend, then aren't you trying to live more fully versus escape your life?
Yeah, yeah. Which would mean to embrace everything.
Exactly.
I'm so high though. It's like, are you gonna take 10 hits of acid at the fucking Snoop Dogg Up in Smoke concert? No.
Never.
If you're gonna do that, you're better off doing that like at home under a more neutral environment, a safer environment, right? So because you're gonna be so high in your consciousness that you're gonna absorb everything and everyone around you. And this is how maybe because me personally, I'm in a spot where like I'm taking it to the next level, and I know that like it's kind of like I'm manufacturing like a big breakup, making a dramatization. Because I'm like, I have to like just cut it off because it's hard because I always linger around, bro. It's like, I don't know. I do
Linger
know.
where? Like in your communities, or you're like
In
tribes or
spaces where I don't
something?
need to be, where I don't need to be.
Oh, yeah, no. I have a
You know what I mean?
tendency, like when I know the time is up, if they're not letting
Yeah.
me go, then I just shit stir and I'm like, oh, I'm kicked out. So sad. Goodbye.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that's just me. It's like when you know it's over, but don't dwell on it.
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
much.
Mhm.
I pretty much disappear if I make myself not too available because otherwise people just take advantage of me. It's just natural for them. So I just have to disappear. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to end permanently in some time frame.
Right. Because everything ends.
Right. Absolutely.
So
I
then
like
a
this
new
comment
beginning
from
can start. Yeah,
endings are beginnings. You're right.
exactly.
She said, Divine Sparks 313. It's difficult to witness when your consciousness is on another level. It is. It is. But then I guess it's in between levels of consciousness because you can always go higher.
Yeah.
Because like in the end, if you're like a fucking yogi master, for example, you're not
Right.
tripping about anything almost probably. I would think.
Exactly.
But maybe you are though. But for all we know, maybe you are. Maybe you're a fucking old, grumpy old woman or man. Even if you're like 22 years old, we don't know because I don't think any of us are there. Maybe Alexander's closer than a lot of us, or Look or Hank. But
Meh.
yeah, man,
It depends on the day. I
he's
yell at
being
people in
nice.
traffic.
I son all you guys. You yell at people at traffic.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. At least you don't throw a bottle at him like Brian the Leo, my best friend.
Oh, no, I've
Or
never done
money
that.
or change at a big hand of coins at the windshield on the freeway. Yeah.
That's
Some rage
that's
issues right
crazy.
there. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Buddha with the comment. But there's also educational material on YouTube. People have the free will and choice to focus on other activities for true self-development. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I
You
mean, do
gotta
you do just Panelverse? Like, how did you get into this NPC?
thanks for asking
Gabe?
me. I was gonna talk about that. Yeah, my friend Shift, the Shifty one. We haven't spoken to him in a while, and he's like, hey, I've been hanging out here in the Based Oracle or whatever, So I checked it out. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. And then, yeah, I know wherever the fuck he is. And then I found Machine Lies from Based Oracle. He went on there one time. Then that was it. He was my first Panelverse friend. And then I started to, and it was coming at a time when I told myself, I'm going to stream every day, every other day. And I did it for
Wow,
like
that's a
6 months.
commitment. Wow.
Yeah. I have like over 100 streams last year. Something crazy. 150 or so, something like that, live streams. And then I just, did the Panelverse shit. But the funny thing is, before this, I was making my own videos and focusing on consciousness and more so like existential psychology, stuff like that. Not even that much
Like,
astrology anymore. And, but I stopped watching those videos, educational videos that Shadow Buddha was talking about, and just became immersed in this Panelverse and the people, kind of like putting my theories into practice, like magic with a K, like putting by engaging with all these people on the Panelverse. So that's how I got involved, and I got like addicted to this shit. Always trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing, but unfortunately, one of my hypotheses didn't pan out. I can figure out repulsion, but I can't. Attraction may just be an innate thing. I can't replicate any form of attraction, which was part of my Panelverse research.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you get in this place, Miss Alexander?
Oh, I found it because of Flo. I used to be in Jungian typology community with him, and then I saw
The
him.
what?
It's Carl Jung. You
Yeah,
psychology.
Oh,
typology.
Young is
Typology
okay. I know
communities.
Carl. I know him.
Yeah. And so I crossed paths with Flo. This was back during lockdown, maybe. And so, yeah. And so I watched him evolve, and I'm like, this is entertaining, and it's more of his style. It's not really my style, but I find it
Mm-hmm.
kind of entertaining and just kind of goofy. I mean, because I find it like, wow, these people take themselves really seriously. And there's a few people that I've seen, and when they're on panel, if they come up, then I'm like, I'm out, because it's just, you could feel the energy devolve. And so I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not
the lawyer.
subjecting myself to that stuff, I just like,
Yeah.
all right, goodbye, and there's certain things I just don't feel the need to talk about, but otherwise,
Yeah.
I just like the psychology behind it, and just seeing, do these people have lives in real life? A lot of them do, and then
They
others
do?
don't. Yeah.
A lot of
And
them do.
then,
Okay.
yeah, some do, some definitely don't.
I would say
And
a lot of them don't,
mm,
especially with the frequency I see them on here. Now
I'd
you
say most
ask,
of
like,
them
why
do,
do
some
I
of them
see
don't.
them? What am I doing? What'd you say?
I would say most of them do, some of them don't, and the ones that don't, it's pretty obvious.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Hank.
Damn it! I'm on Hank today, bro, because he's like the little bro, and I don't mean that as a derogatory term. I mean that affectionately, Hank, because I'm probably older than you. But
Yeah, I'm
here's the
33,
thing, bro.
and hook me up.
You're 33. Damn, you're young.
Yeah.
You're a young buck. Jesus Christ, 33. Yeah, but like Hank, what did he just say? I'm
most
going a mile a
most people
minute.
in the Panelverse have day jobs, and
Oh
the
yeah,
ones that
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
it's pretty obvious they don't.
It would easy for me if I wasn't as conscious as I am now. Like I'd be like, nah, Hank, what are you talking about? You're on this shit all the time. But actually, I don't see you that much on here. I see you pick your spots. I'll say that.
Yeah.
At least when I see you pick your spots, right? Whereas other people, bruh, that's all they do, man. They're hanging around, and the reason I see it, to be transparent, is because I'm monitoring my phone. Even like when I have a little break at work or something, I'm like, let's see who's live right now, just to check it out and whatnot. So that's what I mean about the addiction shit,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does seem like dopamine hits for a
yeah,
lot of people, and they probably, have their own issues that I just don't choose to let it stick to me, I guess. You know.
yeah. That's usually pretty good with that. I guess I've been
Yeah.
a little bit more tense. I be hanging out with Arieses all the time. Shadow and my wife.
Oh,
So this is probably why I'm in, like super. He has a camera right now. He says Shadow says, but there's also no. We already said that one. What he said something else about to you. A comment to you. I don't know if you saw it.
no, I haven't been reading the chat. I'm
What do you
sorry.
see?
I really suck at like multitasking like that. I'm
Uh,
impressed with people who can, you know, do two things, three things at one time.
yeah.
I'm not good at that, and I don't pretend to be because I like to do one thing and do it really well.
Mm,
It's probably my efficiency
yeah.
thing.
Trying to
But
do it
no,
all. Here it is.
what's that?
Ashima. At Ashima. But why would you shit stir in the first place? There's no point in antagonizing others for self gratification.
Self gratification? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, why would you shitstorm in the first place?
For
Maybe
self
not you per se,
gratification,
but
the
the
Oh,
other
answer to the
people.
that's
question.
because I don't believe that life is supposed to be comfortable. In fact, greatness doesn't come from our comfort. Greatness comes from our ability to step outside of comfort. So I have a tendency to be like the little jokester, the prankster, the magician, whatever you want to call it. That kind of has a
Hmm.
tendency to turn things upside down, which I've already told you my back history with, the exposing essay in the church and whatnot.
Right.
And that wasn't like stirring it. It's just a matter of I never really felt like I was supposed to be comfortable. I was supposed to be doing something more evolved and excellent, as far as developing self. So I think I have a tendency to just joke around, and then I don't really shit stir
I
insofar as like
that
drama,
Yeah, that's not
like,
shit
oh, I'm
stirring what
gonna.
you said. The essay stuff that you did, the great work you did with that, that's not shit stirring. That's having the big shovel like the elephants behind the elephant, cleaning up this shit. That's
Hmm.
different. Shit stirring is going around like like you said, a gesture. But I'm not saying you do this, but like just for the fact of like being a punk ass, like being a
I
like a
used to
not
be a
like
punk. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I used to like have my hair like almost purple and half shaved back in the day. But, I don't mind it. I just feel like, people take themselves too seriously. And then the things that I don't shit stir as far as like, oh, I'm going to talk about this person behind their back and then all of that. I don't really care to do that. That's dumb. But insofar as, just saying what I think, I'm going to say what I think. I've got Mercury and Aries. I
Yeah.
don't
So the
usually think
shadow.
about the consequences of it either.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
it's just, it is what it is. I say what and that's how I ended up not being liked by that priest. And yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. So,
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see the bullshit and or be able to express when you see bullshit a lot faster than someone with
yeah.
like maybe like a Mercury in Taurus or
Mm.
a slower moving something slower moving or Mercury in Capricorn or something.
Or
You know,
Pisces. Yeah. Yeah.
Pisces too. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I'm
like,
exactly.
Sagittarius. What do we do, if anything?
What?
Sun in Sagittarius. Do we do anything in particular?
Me too.
you're my Mercury. You're my Mercury Sagittarius. Go ahead, guys.
Sagittarius are
Give
cool.
them the Sag.
Yeah.
You're
They're
a
the
philosopher, right?
philosophers. Yeah. Jinx.
But also to me, like what I told you about that Tim Leary Game of Life thing, he has him on
Hmm.
the stage of consciousness of an adolescent, and like how and take from that like adolescents are they know so much because it's like their first sniff of the game of life on on hard mode in the sense that like they're kind of becoming seen as adults, Yet they know they don't know so much. Yet they want to learn everything. And sometimes that can cause them to have huge hubris and fall quick, or it can teach them like how to navigate really quick. A lot of
Depends on your
Sagittarius,
attitude.
And
Yeah.
both, yeah,
right?
both
Yeah.
of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see
a lot
that.
of
I see
Sagittarius I
both of
know.
those. Sorry.
Yeah, they a lot of times are just breezing through life, and when something actually gets really heavy, that's something like a Scorpio might want to dig into, even though it's very uncomfortable. They're like, keep it breezy and be out.
That's a
Into a
fire
little
sign,
funny
right?
joke or something.
Sagittarius.
Yeah,
So it's
it
kind of your
is.
choice if you want to let your fire. If your failure is going to light your fire more, or if you're going to let it put it out. That's kind of how I look at it.
Right. And the way I'm
Yeah,
talking right now
they
is like
don't
that
let their
shit right now.
fire go out. Yeah, I like them because a lot of people don't really see them as warriors, but they absolutely are because it's the centaur with the bow and arrow. So the way I
Hmm.
look at it is they take direct aim with their bow and arrow of truth. They shoot it and then they just ride off into the sunset because I said what they needed to say and it was
Yeah.
usually very much true. And if you don't
Hmm.
like how it falls, then that's not their problem. Whereas a Scorpio will deep dive into the mud and the thick of it and look for regeneration and all this other deep stuff,
Yeah.
and that's just totally not Sagittarius. They're like, I said my truth, I said what I had to say,
Yeah.
now I'm gone.
Well, that's my conflict right now because I have a lot of Scorpio,
Mhm.
Moon, Sun, Venus, Uranus, but then I have Mercury and Sag, so I want to deep dive. But then I also do I like how you said that. I want to shoot my bow of philosophy and beliefs and then pip off. But sometimes I'm
Mhm.
like, fuck, I need to go. I need to go. This is why I always plan on having these broadcasts really short. Now, I'm not into the 10-hour broadcast like a lot of
Oh
people do, or
god.
even three
Yeah.
hours or whatever. I want to say what I have to say and pimp off. But then part of me is like, no, I want to go deeper. And then when I look at it, I zoom out with the Sagittarius, zoom out like like big picture view of life. I'm like, oh God, now I'm looking kind of corny because sometimes you just need to let things be. Maybe you don't need to dive so deep all the time or that particular
Oh
moment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
People get
that's
awkward.
part of that's part of my thing is like I feel like I dove way too deep into figuring out patterns within the social confines and
Yeah,
structures of our society's built on. And I'm
yeah,
like, whoa, how do you get on the other side of this? And
right.
so I feel like, yeah, I don't have anything in Scorpio, but I have a very strong Pluto stuff. And
You have
so,
me now.
huh?
You
Yeah.
have me now.
Yeah. So I just had to figure out a way to regenerate all that and just like leave what's trash and then take what's valuable and pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think but that's why I like your show too. You don't have a tendency to like wanna meander deep into long conversations that just go off topic that I'm
Oh
not like
no.
we didn't start here. Can we go back to the point? I don't
Yeah.
have that issue here, so it
I've
usually stays
I've
very on topic.
Thank you for sharing that. I went to a Harry Potter college. A lot of psychologists and just quote unquote healers type of shit. And like I remember talking to them and having conversations over the years, and then either talking to them or watching someone meandering, or they say patter. That's what Andrew likes to say, right? Andrew Wilson. And like you can see some of them are like body workers. They start stretching a certain way, like they're so uncomfortable, but they're not saying nothing. But I can say like, oh shit, that's the physical somatic response to when we need to move on. Like the cues, like we need to move on. And what's up? Let's move on. What's up with this Sagittarius right here? Ragamuffin Visions. What's up, bro?
What it is?
What's up, man? What's going on, man?
What's up? I don't know how to find the
Mercury
sun moon
Retrograde.
huh?
That's what's up. Mercury
Oh
Retrograde,
right,
huh?
well right. I don't
In Pisces.
maybe y'all can teach me how to find my sun moon rising in that time. I know I'm Sagittarius, December 15th. So and I'm also Ophiuchus too, I guess. So but
I don't know what that
one
means.
thing that's a Sag trait is because of the four leg symbolism, we tend to get too far, we try to go too fast. And we got to slow the fuck down. So we do always hit
Oh
our
yeah.
target. And bro, now this is weird. All right, I don't have physically my eyesight. I've struggled with poor eyesight my whole life. However, I can actually hit targets, which is weird. I've been able to like close my eye and like I blew people away one time at a shooting range. Like, well, not with an actual gun, but like one of the ones with the, you know, the little like animatronic things that you have to hit. And they're like, he got all of them. They're like, wait, how did you do that? And I'm like asking myself,
You
I
feel
don't
it,
know
huh?
how I got all of them. To be honest with you,
You feel me? I don't know. There's something else
like,
going on.
It's like an actual feeling. I think it's another sense.
Yeah.
Like an intentional mind point of I'm going to hit that target, and if it's stayed on it enough, boom, it happens.
Oh yeah, visualization, man.
Yeah.
That's how athletes
Yeah.
do most of what they do. It's physical, but it's also mental. It's very much mental.
Yeah, they
It
aim
is,
for
huh?
where they want it to go versus where they are and where it is. They have a vision that they're aiming towards in the future trajectory with physics and everything. So that's probably why you aim and hit your targets, because it's, like you said, mental, but it's also understanding.
Well, I did it when yeah, absolutely. The last time I shot an actual gun, I was a child, and I'll never do it again. I was aiming up at
Oh
a
yeah.
telephone wire, and I hit a bird with a Red Ryder BB gun, and part of me was like, "You're not going to hit it," and another part was like, "I think I might hit it." I hit it, and I jacked the bird up, and it tore me to pieces. I felt horrible, and I
Oh,
was like, "I'm
that's,
not
yeah,
doing
that's
that shit
sad.
again. I'm never doing that shit again." And I've just never. Anytime I've had the opportunity to, like, you know, yeah, you want to go to the shooting range or whatever. I don't really have a lot of homies that do that, but anytime the opportunity's presented itself, something about it doesn't feel right for me. I don't know. It's like I've really taken to that
Yeah.
whole, if I'm gonna pick up the sword or a weapon, I'm gonna have to really commit to that, and I don't want to commit to that. And it's like, well, don't you want to? What about if your life's in question? Nah, you know what? I got the
Yeah.
most high, yo.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
be
there.
here, I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy shooting guns though, like on the target. And I don't like the idea of killing animals like that, or even people, I guess, unless you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. But even then, no. But I have a good friend, Jason, who passed away. Rest in peace, Jason, in New Jersey. And I have a feeling that like if I would have moved back when I moved back to America, if we would have been like living close, I probably would have ended up killing animals because that was his business. Like literally, he would take people on these expeditions, different hunting grounds and stuff, and he would, that's what he did. And I don't know, there's something that fascinated me about shooting guns, and then, and then, yeah, bro. So
I like
I
I
guns
don't know.
personally.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
my favorite to shoot's the AR-15. That's a fun one, but I don't like shooting or killing animals unless I have to, but I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really had to, so I don't, but
Yeah.
yeah, them, and I like knives as well. But anyway, I'm gonna
Okay.
jump off here because I've got those adolescents you were referencing earlier. So
Uh-huh.
I just saying hi, and hope you guys survive the Mercury retrograde, the full moon, the Venus retrograde, and all the crazy beef stroganoff.
That was
All
good.
right.
Peace out,
Well,
homegirl.
thanks for cooling it out
Yeah,
and
take care.
adding to the bill. Appreciate you.
Yeah, sure. Take
Yeah.
care. All
The
right.
beef
Bye
soup. Take care. Yeah.
bye. Bye.
Yeah. Now the question is she gonna go to a beef channel now?
So
Anyway, take care.
I don't know.
I'll
I
see
don't
you
know if
later.
you have the.
All
I
right,
don't know
sis.
if you have the same time streaming rule, but one of them just activated, and you mentioned the name already. So you can figure out for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. I have a few people in mind, but yeah, it's all over, man.
Uh,
It's like going to East Oakland and saying, like, "Are you gonna see someone smoking a blunt?" Yeah, shit's everywhere, bro.
Probably.
Probably, yeah, yeah,
What y'all think
yeah.
about these dates approaching? You got any? Are you now? Look, I piece things together. I used to be the type of guy. I heard y'all talking about how y'all got on here, right? Well,
Huh?
9/11 is what got me into my research, but I started with Discord and then found myself on YouTube before finding the panels, and so
Uh-huh.
I kind of went a weird way about it. But that's how I got into all this. And in times past, I was all about the iPet goat content, analyzing what's going to happen next or whatever. And I had to take my focus off of that. But some weird occurrences the past few days have been pointing to 321 and 322. And it's always been in my mind that Skull and Bones number might have some type of
Mm-hmm.
something. Well, so what do you think
What?
about that? What do you, because like, look, I was driving the other day and NPR radio came on, and they were talking about cutting a bunch of Fed jobs in the White House as of the 21st, and I thought that's weird. That was one. And then there's some other things I can't mention that are kind of on a personal level with myself and some friends, but things transpiring around that same time period. It's just really
Mhm.
odd to me. And then somebody the other day was talking about Madame Blavatsky, Helena Blavatsky, had some kind of prophetic thing she said would occur 2025, as well as Nostradamus and stuff. So I'm like, interesting.
I think every day is that is fascinating, and it reminds us to like really pay attention to the days. I say I'll take it further. Like every day, there's always some, bro. At least the way I look at it, there's always something amazing happen.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about calendars earlier, a calendar is anything that the society puts their attention to, right? Or a group of people. And my thing is like every it's dynamic, bro. It's dynamic. Most people need like mushrooms or some DMT to show them that how fucking weird and amazing this world is. But all those numbers and stuff and dates, like you can make your life is a mythical narrative. So like there's shit happening, and I get what you're trying to say, maybe in the sense that is there going to be a big world event or something like that? There's world events happening all the time. There's people being murdered and genocide that we speak. There's communities that are actually rebuilding. All this shit. Like look what then told me the other day about like asked me if I see certain numbers. Like I saw yesterday 444 came up.
Yeah.
And it was at a time when I was literally experiencing some bliss and stuff and whatnot. And so my thing is like, dude, it's just another date, but it also is epic. What you make it, that's what I would say to focus on.
I'm honestly not sure what to make it, and I'm honestly not sure.
Make it a special day.
Yeah.
Make it a special day.
Either way, I'm still, bro. I'm still in the positioning right now that I'm not sure how all this still works. Like as far as my willing via my own thoughts and words and how that affects, and if there's an additional higher oversight over that, because it almost feels like at times that's the case. Like creator source put a barrier on all of us that we can only wield and manipulate this reality to some extent. So I don't know. I'm still on standby for that.
I think you can do a lot of
I
stuff.
go a little further, I guess.
I guess even in your first of all, I'll say I apologize for not getting back at you when I said I would.
You're
yesterday.
Totally fine, bro.
No. I need to be more aware of that. But thank you for coming up here. But dude, let's say there is the ultimate restricting place. I heard people say this is the most restrictive form of consciousness that's going on right now with us being in this human form. Like, but it's like, even with that said, you still can do a lot of magic here, bro. We can still manipulate a lot of things and live a beautiful life and whatnot. You know?
The point I'm making why I said that is because for me, the ultimate thing I want is the will of the whatever made me, not my own, that could be tainted and I could be pulled in. And that's the thing I think that's.
But that's all there is, so.
Well, I know, but like coming out of like being raised in the Christian church and then tapping into spirituality, you got a lot of the people in spirituality that just want to manifest their own will. But then when I look at the life of like Yeshua, I'm like, that's not what he was teaching. He was teaching like decreasing to gain this ultimate source's will through him. And I feel like that's what I've been striving for the longest time. And it's just like it gets muddied. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. You just said he's about decreasing, right? What's not working, basically a minimalist, we could say.
Yeah.
In the physical, well, that's what the great Vernon Howard teaching me with a lot of his talks, is the fact that, like, bro, what real spiritualism is. Forget all that. No disrespect to Jesus, who's one of the greatest men ever to live. Like, right? Like, all that, like, put that to the side and focus on what real spirituality is focusing what you're doing at the moment. Even if you're just washing dishes or working your mundane job as a cashier in the grocery store, or if you're here on this podcast, like, that is real spiritualism, the highest form of spiritualism, being immersed in that, and everything else is going to work out. Because if you don't, we start thinking about, am I doing this the right way and this and that, we need to do that sometimes. Absolutely. For basic resources and whatnot, basic needs. But bro, even the whole concept of me, that might not even be right, bro. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
You know? What's up, Truth or Cop? Come up here, bro. You're more than welcome.
He said
Never had an actual. I never had an actual.
Something. Am I not coming in?
No, you're loud. You're
Okay.
loud. I think he's fucking with you. No. I never actually had a real discussion with Truth or Cop, even though we passed each other in the night and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Luck? You're listening. You're being a very highly conscious person. You're listening more than speaking.
About what now? Being highly conscious.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm looking at charts. I'm sorry.
That's good.
I've been spreading myself too thin too. It's just like you were just talking to him about. You forgot something about getting back to him and stuff. I'm just spreading myself too thin. There is a point in time where you got to draw back and just work on yourself, honestly, as opposed to, trying to help everyone. And I think that's right now, like with everything going on and the energies going on, people kind of, you want to be so active and there's so much spare energy, but if you don't focus it the right way and you're trying to do too much, you're going to burn yourself out real easily. I'm feeling it right now. Hard.
Yeah, it is. And I'll be like Talcadian in the story of Gabriel. Like you're in the story of Gabriel right now here at NPC, the game channel. And I have to say, look within you're here to remind me in my story to get on those charts, because Brian the Leo, he told me about this like months ago, maybe about 4 months ago, what you're doing, similar to what you're doing with those charts. And we had this plan. So I'm like, I'm going to hit the ground running. It's my year of the snake. I'm going to start studying it, but I really never studied it, only a little bit. And by now, if I would have done that, who knows? I could have been on my way to making my millions and stuff. Right now.
It's all right. There's more opportunities always. I only got into this now because, like, I knew that whole other bull market was happening. I got out around 2022, like right when the last correction happened, like March 2022. Like I was just explaining to you, when that worm moon happened in 2022. That was the beginning of the drawdown of 2022 all the way to October 2023, and then since
that's
then,
where we are right now.
Parabolic. But yeah, we're having the worm moon again this Friday, and it's been correcting for about a little under a month. So, but I don't think the downside is over at all.
Only upsides. Yeah. And more to come. What's up with the great Truthers Cop? What's going on, man?
Go for it.
What's up, dude? I think I did come up here once, and then Illumitami was up here.
Yeah, you did, but I never had and that's probably why I didn't have a discussion with you, really.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but what's up, man? What's really going on, man? What's going on in the world for you? Yeah.
Freaking
okay.
I'd say some ice cream, man. That's all I know.
Some ice cream.
Oh yeah, what kind?
Freaking, I don't know, some crazy chocolate shit.
We were talking about that earlier. I was using that as a metaphor. I was like, this Panelverse at times could be like when you see this big bowl of Rocky Road, if that's your thing, and you're eating it and you like gorge yourself on it, but then it's like about a couple minutes later, you're like, what the fuck did I just do? I feel like awful.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're lactose intolerant. On top of that. Yeah.
What's up with him? Good to see you.
What up, bro?
And Ragamuffin as well, Hank.
What's up? I just subbed to your channel, bro. I don't know much about you. I know who you are. Like, I've seen you around, so. Hello.
Yeah, your mic was real quiet earlier.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I met with Alexander was asking me about like how did I get to the Panelverse, and I told you like I met Machine Lies through Based Oracle, and then when I interviewed TML shortly after that, like that's when I met Truther Cop. I think when you came up on my stream, you thought it was his stream. And you were like, I'm like, who are you, bro? You're like, this guy that I've been having this dialogue with Machine Lies, and you guys were going at it. So it's like, what the fuck? What is all this shit? A while ago. So that's back in probably back last summer, not this summer, but the summer before that. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. But what is this Panelverse shit, bro? Was it ever addicting to you? Cause I see you pick your spots.
Yeah. I definitely had to step back for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gets addicting. Did you get into it, and then you get your emotions involved, and you get into the stories, and just I don't know. We got flow state right now. Like I was like,
I know.
Like I was like, I shouldn't watch this. It's
Yeah, man, there was some big shit. I don't know if you watched that the other shit on Lady Lux. Like Mel was telling her shit, and then Flo's doing his now, and then later
Because of
on,
with the
Resto's
guy,
gonna do
because
his
of the
shit.
drama thing, not because of flow. Yeah.
Right. And then Resto's gonna go on Flow and give his side of the Vegas shit. So it
Oh my
definitely goes
god.
along with this retrograde, like rehashing old shit, miscommunications, Mercury, yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel I don't have to rehash anything because I got my point across loud and clear the third time around.
Mm-hmm. The third time, huh?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of these people are looping the same thing over and over again, and so they pretty much that's why I try to stick to shorter shows because a lot of people
What do you mean,
long
you
shows
people,
just keep
Hank?
looping, never get
Two
to the
people.
point. Even if I come on and say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
He didn't hear you.
folk,
Yeah, like he did hear you.
That's all.
Who
He
didn't
just
hear
wanted to
me?
know what you mean, you people. You people.
yeah,
I'm
so
just messing with.
yes, so they keep looping around the
Chatter
same
haters.
point. I don't care about the peanut gallery. They know that already. But they keep looping around the same point and say I even come on and say, "Hey, what about this thing?" And then they just don't have an answer. They want to change the subject. So I just say, "Okay, but we've done this a few times, so I'll just do something else. So I'll wait for you."
This Yeah, but you just said that you don't care about the peanut Cali, but I think I do, even though it's easy to say like fuck them. They're just chatter. This is like literally if this was like a physical 3D reality shit, it would be us five talking, like we'll say a cipher in a circle, while there's like at least 12 or 15 people around us listening to what we're saying. While we have our discussion.
Well,
That's just
here's the
weird. It's just weird,
difference.
bro.
Here's
But
the
cool.
difference. The door's open, they can literally just cop on stage. That's the difference. If the door's closed, I probably care about them more. But if the
Yeah.
door's open, when they say their piece, they can just walk on stage.
Yeah, but the thing is like, do y'all ever talk like this to people? Are you in do you have like a big medium-sized social group where you have discussions with like five people regularly, five or more
I
people?
do talk
You
to people
do.
like this, and that's why
That's
I
good.
don't have a big social group in real life. But
Mm.
I value that because only the
No,
people
no, I'm
who
saying
are
in real
real
life
will
you do
stick
that.
around. Yeah,
In
I
real
talk to
life.
people like this in real life. Yeah, I talk to people about
Okay.
all kinds of real shit in real life. But they see, I moved to Mississippi. What, a year and a half ago? I have two real friends here. Well, I'd say three, but one's an older gentleman. So
Mhm.
he's like in his shit. He's almost 60. But then the other ones are well, one of them's in his 40s, and the other one's a little bit younger than me. He's 27. So,
Yeah,
but that's it, man.
I gotta have a calling my network because I just get tired of people's loops, and if they don't want to support me in this thing or that thing, and or they just want to use me as a resource for them, and don't want to reciprocate, then I just get tired of it and just say, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, but hey, do you have a best friend? I'm just curious. Like a very
Um,
close friend, like a bro, bro.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so.
Okay, okay. Do you want one?
I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of associates. I guess I have a couple work bros, but they don't. I don't meet them outside of work, so
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
yeah.
I guess sorry to butt in again. Yeah, I just don't like shallow conversation, man. Like there, you can find shallow conversation with anybody. I can talk about the weather with anybody. You know what I mean? If you like, I really only value people who either want to talk to or want to listen to real shit and like what's actually going
Uh
on in the
huh.
world. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, I'm just
Well, maybe in
trying to
that
fill
shallow
in.
conversation is like a icebreaker.
Yeah,
Yeah, at
Like
least try to
how
get
long
that
can you
level.
talk about the weather? Like that only goes so far. But there
right.
comes a point where, especially if you're a somewhat skilled conversationist, like you can direct the conversation in a way where you can ask them like what I ask truth, like what's really going on, type of shit. You know, like
You're right.
there's
Yeah.
ways. Yeah.
I was in sales for a while, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But I'm so tired of that, man. It's so I'm not like other people, man.
I
I
don't.
don't know like anything about
We
football or anything. You know what I'm saying? That's
football's
what
great,
dudes want to talk
even
about
though I don't
and
watch it.
fishing.
Yeah, I
Even
don't
though,
watch sports
Yeah.
ball.
yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it's funny you say that. My retrograde which I'm revisiting stuff, is my love of sports and how it's actually the one thing probably in my life, if I look back, especially in my earlier half of my life, it's something that I can say I was literally really good at. You know, you have friends that are like, oh, they're great painters or singers or whatever. Mine was football and basketball and baseball. And like for a long time, especially when I was studying this truther stuff, the last 15, 20 years, I kind of put that sports to the side, be like, oh, you know, that's just gladiator, you know, Roman circus, Britain circus, which it is in a sense. But then again, there's some lessons to be learned, at least for me, that about, you know, what sports has taught me, and not just playing it, which is the best thing to do, but actually even enjoying a game with, or speaking about here, like what I've been doing. For example, I'll give you guys, like, I've been marathoning all these stories about ex NBA players, about what other players thought about them, like Larry Bird and Magic, and even newer players like the Ball brothers. Like, so my thing is, like, I guess I'm at a point where I'm trying to find consciousness lessons in everything, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
even if that means starting with a low frequency situation.
Right. Well,
You
the
know?
best thing to do is to ask people about themselves, first of all. You know what I mean? Like, learn a little bit about them. But I see on the other side of the fence too, not everybody always wants to have a deep ass conversation. And that's
Yeah.
why I
Right.
only have so many friends, because only so many people can deal with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful for them very much.
Yeah. I'm friendly with a lot of people though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
somebody told me, like my friend, thanks. My friend, you as well. My friend, actually one of the few friends I have out here in Squish Reality is this Michael from northern England. This is my neighborhood. He has a lot of dogs. He has dogs like me. And when I see him at the park, and he was saying something about he's gonna vax his baby or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I don't do that shit. And then I told him why, and then he said something or whatever, and then like we were talking about something else, but at the end, obviously it stuck with him, or he thought I felt a certain way, because he's like, you know what, Gabriel, he's like, I wasn't judging you about the V stuff, right? And then I'm like, come on, Mike, let's be real. It's like, we're always judging. Now, I don't believe that you're holding it against me either way. I know that for a fact, but I think we're always judging, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, to judge. What do you think, Treat the Cop? Are you always judging? Or Rag, whatever, whoever.
I think it's there's a difference between judgment and observation. I think you can observe something that seems off to you, but I think what becomes the actual judgment, I don't know. To me, it's a weird thing, because it's like some people would say just noticing it and even vocalizing it to yourself is judging it. But I like to think that
that's what I think.
I don't want something done to the person, so that makes me feel like I don't want judgment. I asked my sister something a while back. This was so profound. I said, "How do you know when you've really forgiven somebody?" Because I was wrestling with this with my dad. My dad left my life when I was 3, and I've made attempts to, I called him last Father's Day and smooth things over, but there's just still some weirdness. And I was like, I asked her, I said, how do you know when you've forgiven somebody? This is what she said. She said, when you no longer are seeking something to happen to them. And I thought, wow. She was like, when you're not asking God or whatever to, like, whoop that ass or whatever. You're not waiting
whoop
to
that
see
trick.
Yeah, you're not waiting to see something happen to give to you a feeling of justice has been had. You're just releasing it. You're like, you know what? I'm not agreeing with the action, but and so I don't know. Judgment's a funny thing, because yeah, you're right, bro. We're gonna notice things all the time. That's why we're ever learning and growing. And honestly, as we raise up in vibration and we're more positive, people are gonna fall off by default, because the more authentic you become, you're not going to attract certain people, and you can try to hold on to them as much as you can. I think the best thing is just to be kind and compassionate, not nice. We know what's a nice person.
Nice means it means ignorant, the archaic definition.
Nice is
foolish.
Nice is putting on a mask to make other people happy and people pleasing. We don't want to be nice. We want to be kind and compassionate.
Don't be kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Truther Cop, what you as the Truther Cop, what's your purpose with that?
Listen, man, I'm sick of the bullshit. That's about it.
What was that?
I'm sick of the bullshit, man.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Well, because, like, dude, my God. I was with the convoy and shit, and I saw what like the trolling online could do to get in people's heads with like lies and shit.
Yeah.
And I became like the target of like a mass movement. It was amazing. They all
So
tried
you
to
were the
like
target,
pay me.
huh?
Yeah. Well,
You're the
after two other
Talcon
people
of the
became.
convoy.
Oh yeah. But I watched two other people become the target of it before, and I almost got hit that time. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make myself the target."
Okay.
And then after I saw how people behave online, I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm just gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about
What?
like.
Then the whole situation of the convoy, because I've heard other people say like it always goes. Truth or Cap always goes back to the convoy. What was it about this convoy that struck you? The whole situation.
It was a big movement like after J6, and like a lot of those same people were all up in there, and they're still out here now. A lot of them around the YouTube streets, but it was just a movement. I don't know. It was just a communication network that formed in this weird way.
Yeah, you're a younger guy than me. I guess for me, even though it was bullshit with the Occupy movement, that's when I really went out in the streets, literally, and then networked with people and stuff.
Yeah, I went out there too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then in doing that, I was like, I don't think none of these people know what they really want, or it's just the fact that they got to get people were coming together. That was the interesting thing.
Oh, I did that too. I was a teabagger.
Yeah. You were a teabagger?
Yes.
Okay. Are we talking about business or pleasure?
The pre-Trump
English or Spanish? Okay.
The pre-Trump people in the Republican Party, they're teabaggers. At least that's what
I remember Alex Jones talking about that years ago.
Yep,
the Tea Party movement and all that. Yeah,
I used to watch Alex Jones. I watched him for 10 years.
Matter of fact, he's totally getting into really good shape now. Shout out to Brown's Boy in the house, TML fame. And Master Creator, my homie from the Twomps, Deep East Oakland. What's going on, brother? He said we're not vegans out here in the West Coast. West Coast, what's up, Shadow? You know we ain't vegans. They want that beef. Yeah. Certainly seems as though. Yeah. The beef sector. It is what it is, huh? Yeah. Who else came up here? Yeah, it's El Perro. He's in the house. We had a good discussion last broadcast. We're enjoying the silence right now. It's a good way to end it.
Does anybody feel like Alex?
Was he talking to me?
Oh no! I said this is good. What?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just realized that El Perro was talking to me. There's more there than that.
Is he?
Yeah, he's always trying to get at me about something.
You're not a target. He said you put yourself in the way of difference. Perspective. Yeah. Yeah.
I've explained it in detail before.
Yeah. The Ragamuffin, what were you saying?
Anybody else feel like Alex, this character named Alex Jones, is actually Bill Hicks?
No, he's not.
No,
he could be, but I don't think he is.
He's not.
Nah. That's disrespectful to Bill Hicks' family. The dude died of cancer or something like that, right?
Well, if that's really so, I mean, there was a documentary that floated around back in the day by a flat earther they took down, ODD Reality, and that shit was wild. That shit was buck wild.
Yeah,
put together.
Yeah, him being a pancake planet is gonna make him more credible. Yeah, Ragamuffin.
How do they assess for the fact that when Alex Jones was doing his first videos, we see of him at public access, on the street interviewing people about like ordinances and shrubs in Austin. Like then you look at Bill Hicks around that same time. He was on a wave to be like the next Chappelle or whatever.
Right,
at that
but
moment.
there were times that they were at the same event together. There's weird stuff that went on and they do really look pretty similar. There's a lot of strange.
They do.
Plus, they're
from the same area.
Alex
They
Jones.
sound like.
I've seen footage of a guy that was called Alex Jones. That was this skinny, frail-looking dude that doesn't look anything like that, and we don't see him anymore at all. So
yes, but there's a chick named Alex Jones in the UK, and we still see her.
There's a dude in the UK too. He's like a consciousness dude or something named
I
Alex
think
Jones.
he's a gatekeeper, whether he's that person or not.
Oh, either way, he is.
Yeah, but I definitely, man, I just can't. It checks me on another level.
I don't have a problem with gatekeepers. I mean, I'm on a show with a guy who hosts a award show, so I don't really have a problem with gatekeepers.
Shout out to the
Well,
Panelverse Awards. It's Truth or
You're gonna
Con winner.
get some truth from a gatekeeper, but you're also gonna. It's what are they holding back? That's the only thing.
It's the Metallica. What they said? What's that song? A Puppeteer. That's a puppet song they have. Gatekeeper.
Yeah, and I mean, like I listened to Jones for years, man. I did, and that's why. For
I
me,
love
just
Alex
had
Jones.
to-
I mean, never met him, but
I had
I
to
think
let
he's a
go
big
of-
part of my journey. Definitely.
Well, mine too, but I had to let go of idolization of one person that it started to click with me. Wait a minute, and I just started seeing some
Yeesh.
things, and then that content came out, and I'm like, that's wow, yep.
I mean, well, what if he was? But even though, let's say that's him and whatnot, and he was lying or whatever, does that take away from all the nuggets you learned or enjoyment
No,
you
but
got
it's
from his
just
comedy?
No, and I can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's just the realization that the world truly is a giant stage, and
Oh, yeah,
it is
for
what
sure.
it is.
Yeah, we call it over here, ABC the game. We call it Masonic Sorcerer Theater. It's
There you
like
go. Yeah.
it's on display.
Right.
And now what level? That's the thing. And I get you what you were saying earlier about the dates and stuff. And like there's some wild shit that you can like bust open your mind. That I've actually have friends that literally in the DC that literally went crazy out their mind when they were put onto this so-called conspiracy, truth or knowledge.
Right.
They couldn't take it.
Yeah.
But then there's levels to it. It's like, what are you going to focus on? Because this whole thing might be what's really going on. It's a war for your consciousness, your attention, because that shit is priceless.
Yeah, definitely.
We have advertisers that listen to this broadcast that work. That's literally their job. Are sorcerers to take your attention away from whatever you were doing to put on their product. It's wild.
Hey, sorcerers! I blocked my ads, so you better listen to what I actually want and focus on giving me that. I blocked my ads. I have ad block, uBlock, Origin Light, and I have sponsor block installed. So you better get to the point because I'm not watching your BS.
Promo code NPC the game.
There you go. What does it take though? Because I remember I was at a San Jose SaberCats game, which is arena football. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that shit. Remember that shit, arena football? I don't even know if they have that still. But I remember, and I was probably high or whatever, and I looked around and I saw all these banners like Budweiser, Kia, Betty Crocker, and I'm like, dude, this is wild, bro. This like, I know it's like a stoner thing, like you're like, dude, like, it's everywhere. It literally they live. You know, it's all a battle for our consciousness. Speaking of Alex Jones, that's this whole thing. It's an info war. It's a silent war, as the great Bill Hicks would say. You know, it's everywhere, man.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. Yeah. I feel like that clip. You know, like the stars, the bugs that Jock Talcott clip they always play. The star. It's amazing, man. It is amazing. It is. Truth the Clock. Are you still producing for JT?
Yeah, not as much so.
Yeah,
Don't need to do as
cool.
much.
It's a good collab.
Yeah,
It's a
fun.
good collab. Yeah. That channel in itself is the most active in the sense that, like, I know in gang neighborhoods we say like active area. That's very active. That hub.
Oh, yeah.
Active. But then you take away all the participants, and if you just had the jack stream, for me, bro, and I said this before, that's like the closest I get to going to church, because he says a lot of hot, like fire stuff, man. Like it resonates with me.
Yeah,
Easy, the truth displayed easily.
right. Yeah, people want to fight against. Oh God, he's speaking this way. You can't listen to a man just
Right.
speak. Oh my God, it was
Right.
crazy. Look, Within's been there helping out a lot too, actually.
Oh yeah, Look has been there for sure. Yeah. A lot of the characters, even the people I quote unquote don't like, I respect. There is a lot of talent. There are a lot of people, but the arguing is like, it's funny and all, but then it's like stupid, bro.
Oh my God, it's so tired. I'm done.
Yeah.
So boring now. It's like 3 years of that.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't care as much if the people were like literally stupid. The way they're acting is stupid, right? Their
Yeah.
behavior is stupid and ridiculous, but they're not stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Some
That's
of
probably
them
the
are
only
literally
saving
stupid,
grace.
and I want to just go ahead and clean them up, so this not be a problem anymore. And I'm working on cleaning up a couple of them already.
That's why people think there's agents, though, because you got these intelligent people playing the same dumbass chaos game for 3 years, and you're like, dude,
Yeah.
change your
Yeah.
tune, bro. Like, are
Yeah.
you got some trauma to work over with your mom and dad? Or
Right.
I don't know what to do, man.
Well, that's just why this whole thing I was like so animate about. Like, this is every creator is pretty much shit in here, including including the way I've been doing things too. The Panelverse is a bunch of negative, toxic shit, bro. And I want to step away. And I think the only thing, dude, for all I know, I might just come around just for the awards. That's about it. That's about it, because it's really not serving me. Now I'm blessed to be talking to you guys and stuff, but watching it and like peeping these other channels, for me, it ain't a good look, bro. It's not conducive to what I'm building with my family and my friends and stuff. You know?
Nah, it messes
Yeah, I
with
agree.
your
Understandable.
energy.
Yeah, that's understandable. I pretty much agree with you. I don't feel like staying on the road today, and this isn't getting my dick wet, so it's not this kind of pointless.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always worry about it.
Dick wet. I just can't think about that torso, that midget torso you have, Hank. You talking about
Here's
dick
the
wet?
thing:
You put it out there.
if red pill garbage could help me at all, then it wouldn't be an issue. But it's a scam, and I haven't found
You
it.
think so? I wouldn't be
I
here.
know
if
so.
Shadow
I
Buddha and
tried it myself.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't that.
You're in Asia.
Wouldn't be. So I'm from America, and then I've gone back.
You went
think-
passport, bro.
Wait, no, I
Because red
didn't.
pill doesn't work.
No, I didn't go passport, bro. My wife is I met my wife in America, man.
Oh,
She's
that's a good
American
point.
Taiwanese, and
That's a good point.
we had this discussion yesterday. Me and Shadow. It's like, I got this from the great Lux Maximus, wherever you are. Peace to you. If you know, you know. Like, everywhere's compromised. Unless you're in fucking Afghanistan under the Taliban, every part of this globe is under the Western point of view in terms of the male-female social dynamics. Now, to what degree? That remains to be seen. It's a spectrum, But like Taiwan is, you might as well just be, even in Colombia, you might as well be in America, bro. Like, as long as a woman has like the great Mr. X said, as long as a woman has a phone, access to the internet, she's compromised. Now, I'm not going to be a doomer, black pillar, and be like, oh, I can never talk to girls. They're all whores and all that shit. No, you got to work with what you got.
It would
But
be
the
better if
truth
they were
is,
all whores.
everywhere is
Then
compromised.
I would get some action if they're all whores. It's not factual.
Huh?
It's not
I don't
fact that
bel-
women are
I don't-
whores.
I don't believe that, but
there's
there's quite a lot of people that believe that propagate that. Yeah. Whether they admit it or not, I'm just saying that the red pill, yeah, it's been used in a bad way, but a lot of us have learned a lot and saved our relationships with it. It's a tool, bro. It's like astrology's a tool, just like fucking looking shit up on the internet's a tool.
Yeah, so red pill's like good for defense, but it won't make you, if we don't have any hooks, then it's not gonna make a difference.
Right.
And the scam is that people will sell to you because they say it will make a difference when it comes to getting proposals, getting leads, which it doesn't. Only who you are as a person can.
You're speaking of in absolutes, though, bro. Like, for some people, they took that shit and ran with it and done well. Other people have fucked up their shit and actually gotten in the way of their success. So
yeah, and
on the
some
person.
people get addicted to drugs and everything works out for them. It doesn't mean that recommend it, because statistically it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend doing on drugs. I have to tell my son, who's a big Juice WRLD fan, like you like the music, but don't do the drugs. Shit. What's up, Master Creator? What do you mean, Master Creator? From the Twomps, who's right and who's wrong in your opinion, NBC? Well, you guys are wrong and I'm right. How about that?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You take it.
I'm humble. I'm humble.
Shadow Buddha has a question. Has a
You're good.
comment.
You're cool. Shadow
Question.
Buddha has a comment. Let's see.
It's a question actually.
NBC, did you tell Hank your theory about the black pill, red pill, and blue pill? No. Well, if he was listening, yeah. I mean, like I've talked about in other broadcasts. Like I think all these pills are just pills. Like you don't take a. First of all, you don't take a pill all the time. Only when you're sick. So in this case, once again, I'll use the metaphor as a tool. Like for example, you need the black pill to tell you about, at times to tell you about the harsh truth about reality, about the things you can't change. That could be like when you're in a situation and you're trying to, you want to meet a woman and talk to her in a situation like at a fucking bar or something, and like you're gonna go to the one that you feel like it's gonna give you a chance. So and you're not gonna go to the one that literally rejects you or laughs at you. So you go to so that's the black pill, knowing that you can't change some things, right? And working with what you have. And then from there you can transition to the red pill, which is trying to, make the most out of your situation, what you're working with. And the red pill happens even before all that shit when I think of red pill, I think about getting better every day. Self improvement, that chamber type of shit. Right? And that could be like, working out, being strong, having your finances in order, and even, dare I say, having some game, charisma, riz, knowing how to socially talk to people, right? It's like when you talk to a girl, bro, you ain't gonna do most of the talking. You're gonna figure out what she likes to talk about, red pill shit, and then let her talk. And then you can transition to a little blue pill, which is kind of not necessarily simping, but just adding on to what she's saying and going for there, being kind. So I think all that you can learn from all these things. We've all used these things without even knowing, especially the blue pill shit. That's how most of us are on default in the West. I have to say, I'm generalizing, but I think that's the truth.
Yeah, but yeah. I think I've watched this before, but yeah. From my perspective, I'm dapper AF, and people love my personality. Even my enemies love my personality, so that's why they probably don't even attack me based on my personality. They attack me based on stuff I can't control. But I'm just literally outcompeted by abusers, people who aren't even adults. And so I just say, then they kind of say, well, your recommendations just don't make any sense. So I just say, I try not to worry about it too much because it's just nothing people recommend actually makes any sense. Or they don't, or worse of all, they don't do it themselves. They don't dog food, don't suggestions. It's just throwing something out. So it's just a way to distract me.
Why are people attacking you though? Like I only know of one person who attacks me, and they don't even do it anymore, really.
Just because they don't like where the logic goes, so they want to distract for the attack or something.
But honestly, does part of you like that though? The tension?
Yes.
Okay. Being honest, I appreciate that. Yeah. Shout out to Shadow Buddha with the comment. You say number 1, black pill, self-awareness. Number 2, red pill, social awareness. Number 3, blue pill, communication awareness. There you go. That's it right there, laid out. Master Creative with a comment. In my opinion, it's a woman. There's a woman for every man and a man for every woman. It's just sometimes people don't know what type is really compatible with them until they put themselves out there to.
Yeah,
it's true.
So where is it? Who's compatible with me and where are they? I keep asking this question. They say, I don't know, you go figure out yourself. Then that kind of validates your statements like that.
Maybe you need to go on that show, Love on the Spectrum. You ever seen that show?
I heard about it.
You should check it out, bro. Dude, if you went on that show, that broadcast on Netflix, if they still have it, you definitely find some baddies. Definitely.
Well, Lizzie Blank about baddies just on his YouTube channel, and I think he has less subscribers than me till recently. So it's just
have you met a baddie in the DMs here?
No.
In the YouTube streets?
No. And I DM'd Noelle, and I know she's a cold burner. So.
Oh, damn, using that Stormfront terminology. God damn, coal burner. Yeah. Somebody said she showed her boobs the other day.
I didn't see them. She didn't
Yeah.
send me any pics.
Yeah. What is your theory on Noelle? Look within and in Truther. You think people are too harsh with her, or you should give her a heavy hand and tell her to stay on topic? Truther cop?
I think she's just gonna be who she is. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you,
Who
Luke?
now? I was talking to my wife.
Okay. Where's
Who was
Margot?
it, though?
She always says.
Oh, Margot? I don't even know nothing.
No. Talk about look with. I said Noelle. What's your take on her? I heard
Oh,
somebody being
Noelle?
kind of harsh with her, but they were kind of like
I
putting
think-
her in her place to stay on topic.
Well, I personally think that's exploitation.
Yeah.
using somebody on a panel like that with
Mhm.
not, no offense, lower mental faculties.
Mhm.
So you shouldn't do that, honestly. You should probably not allow them up, especially if you're going to make a show of them. That's definitely exploitation. You probably get in trouble for that if the right people got involved. That's just my opinion, though.
She's an adult with her job and stuff, so I'll treat her the same
Well,
as
she is.
any other adult.
Right. But does she not have a disability?
I don't know. I'm not her shrink.
Well, I don't
She
think
didn't
you
disclose
need,
it.
I don't think
She
you need a
does.
shrink to determine that.
I think she said she's autistic or something before.
Yeah.
On the spectrum, yeah.
So, like, if you were to make fun of somebody like that, I'm not saying like she shouldn't be able to do what she should be able to do, but to use her is exploitation. That's
But
exactly.
But I also have an autism diagnosis. Does that mean I'm I guess
Well, we all do
impervious to being
nowadays,
made point
Hank.
fun at now because
we
the
all
shrink
do.
gave me an insult? That seems
We all do.
ridiculous.
But you can control yourself. You can control yourself a lot better, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't think a shrink diagnosis makes you untargetable for observations or even insults. It just doesn't make any sense.
You mean
Well,
it doesn't
we
make
can
you
agree to
immune from it?
disagree,
Is that
right?
what you're saying?
It shouldn't. There's no reason
We can
why it
definitely
should.
agree to disagree. But that if that was my daughter and somebody was treating her like that, I'd have a little something to say to him, especially in real life.
There you go.
I have a daughter, so that's how I feel. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, make
he's a good-
sure
he's a good
you
man.
let me you flag her when she's an adult and comes on these panels because I'm going to ignore her.
Yeah. Hey, are you in the Hill District?
No, I'm not in the Hill District, but I know where that is.
Okay. All right.
I'm in the suburbs, in the South Hills.
Oh, the South Hills, Oakland.
No, further south. The South Tri-State area, South Hills. Like
I told
think
you my
about
wife.
South Park.
My wife's from Polish Hill.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah. Okay. So match creator with the this is Pittsburgh talk. Yins. How you say it? Hey, Yins.
Yins.
Yes, that's it.
Y-I-N-Z.
Yeah. Master Creator 23 with a comment. Whether you use social media to find her or when you're outside at places, you usually go just open your eyes, and if a woman looks in your direction, opens up your conversation. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Easy as that.
Yeah, but I've been doing that my whole life. I've been myself, and whenever I ask if people say just be yourself, and ask them who am I if I'm not myself, they have no idea how to answer.
There's a
the question.
caveat. There's a caveat to that. There's like, yeah, be yourself, but first you gotta fucking have some riz or charisma. First,
I got
something
charisma. I
else.
just don't got attraction.
Okay, yeah, well.
I got Riz oozes off of me. It doesn't mean they're attractive.
So what do we gotta say? You need to fucking get your money game up then, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, put yourself.
You can probably say that about everyone.
Yeah, exactly. You can always, like Patrick Bateman says, you can always be better. You always be thinner.
Yeah, I can be better, but when's good enough? I'm only good enough when they pick me, and that's it. That's the long and short of it.
Well, the great Shadow Buddha says like there's a woman. Master Creator was saying there's a woman for everyone, and then Shadow Buddha said, as they say, there's a whale for every man. There you go.
So pretty much the long and short is I'm good enough when they pick me, and I'm not good enough before then, and we don't really know what change we need to make. Till after it happens.
Only you know that. Yeah.
I know that. I don't know that. I'm not them. I'm me.
Well, that's all you can do is work on yourself, but also at the same time, I don't know, dude. It's like when I wasn't looking, I found somebody in a weird way. I think we're always looking, some of us, especially as coos hounds. Like we're always looking, but when you don't make that the top priority all the time and really to focus on developing yourself in various ways, you fucking shit ends up being golden for you.
Yeah,
Just like I said earlier
just a
about
lot of negative
focusing on
assumptions.
whatever you're doing.
It's just a lot of negative assumptions. If I didn't find something to me, I'm obsessed with it. If I no one picked me, if I'm not good enough, I'm not working myself enough. It's just a lot of negative assumptions because I lack female validation. It's absurd.
You're absurd, Hank.
I know.
He said it.
That's what makes it fun. Sorry.
Magic Creator talking like what's his name? Clay Thompson. I'd rather take 100 shots and miss than never take one shot for the same results. Take a shot. You may
Why are you
score.
assuming I never take a freaking shot? It's like, well, if women didn't validate, you never leave your house, you never wash, you never had a job, and all this crap. It's just a lot of negative assumptions due to something I don't have
He's a
control
mind
over.
reader.
I can't force a woman to pick me. That's against the law. I can't just go with the right women just pick one up. It just doesn't work that way.
Now you're talking. He's talking to you right now. And the Master Creator is a legend. He's an Oakland Mac / pimp. Literally, it used to be a pimp. He says, "Never stop talking. Never stop taking that shot, bro. Whether you think you are attractive or not."
He's a pimp. I never ran into him.
He was a pimp. Yeah. Now he says, even if you feel you're not attractive, you don't know if a woman
I'm
thinks
still
the
a
same
trick.
thing.
I never ran into him. I don't know him.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you're ever on the soil over there in the deep East Oakland, you might see it. Master Creator with a comment. She may think you're handsome and interesting as fuck. So don't sell yourself short, bro. There you go. Enough said.
Why you make a lot of negative assumptions on positive negative assumptions because they don't have female validation? I'm sorry, I can't pick for them. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Or maybe you're just that anomaly.
And just say if they don't pick me,
never find somebody.
all of these stereotypes apply to me magically. It doesn't matter what I'm actually doing. I can't win until I do. Then I did win.
The guy, can you see the nuance, emotional nuance? He's literally trying to just be a nice dude, a kind dude and helpful man, and help you out, and you're like freaking out with your tone and shit.
Because it's just, I heard this story before. Just I'm not working on myself enough. Or I'm being too acceptable. It's just piling on. It's just I can't make them pick for me.
30 no's and one yes still means yes, Hank.
Exactly. Look at baseball stats are horrible, right? Like if you hit 3 out of 10, considered very successful, one of the best in the league. Yeah,
I got a wife, bro.
0 to 3 out of 10.
I think everybody who has a wife knows the meaning of asking, quite a few times before something actually happens.
Yeah,
you gotta keep asking, or stop asking and just go for it. That works.
You gotta be like the alleged Godfather, the Manosphere, Rollo Tomasi. You gotta game your wife every day, bro.
I can't game someone who doesn't exist.
I know. Any advice, Future Cop, on finding a woman? The right woman for you?
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Well, let's see. Any final thoughts, gentlemen? Brothers? This Mercury Retrograde beef session of the Panelverse?
Call out who you want to have final thoughts first. You want me to go first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks for having me up, bro. Your energy seems a lot calmer than when you started. I'm glad you got it out. Yeah, definitely take a step back, dude. I'm considering doing the same exact thing. I'm right with you. It's weird, huh? It's weird how this shit's working all at the same time. But just because spreading yourself too thin, just like we were talking about, definitely don't want to do that. And like, especially when you're trying to focus on a craft and master an art and whatnot, like it's not bad to to take some time for other people. Excuse me. Sorry about coughing in your fucking ear. But definitely, take your time for yourself and your family, first of all. If you don't have family, take time on yourself. Because if you work on yourself, you probably get a family. So thanks for having me up, bro. Much love.
Hey, always a pleasure, bro. See you in the court. Peace. The great look within. The great Hanko Flame. Not related to Travis Scott O'Flame. What's going on, bro?
Yes, so Master Career 23 keeps asserting stuff without evidence. She said she exists. No location, no name, no nothing. It's just I'm not looking hard enough. I'm just not good enough because I don't have female validation. I can live without female validation, or I can just buy a simulation of it. So I just if you keep asserting stuff without evidence, I can't take you seriously. So if we keep asserting that we don't have a name, location, or some way to find her, and say it's my responsibility, I have to find her. So I'm just saying, BS, just BS.
Okay.
You're just trying to neg me.
Nagy's trying to poke you, Master Creator. You're trying to bank Hank, I guess. Well,
yes, exactly.
The point is, Master Creator is not here. I'll speak for him because we are Laotian black brothers. So I have to say, he means all the best, Hank. All right, we'll agree to disagree.
And he needs to provide some more information for his assertion. He needs a backup. He needs a citation.
I started this show talking about how fucking horrible content the Panelverse is, every single one of you. Yet, and especially about the debate culture. But why am I itching to have a debate between Master Creator 23 and Hank O'Flame on male-female dynamics, sexual dynamics?
Women's gonna schedule this. I'm game for this.
Oh, look at he's ready. This guy's ready, bro.
He needs a citation to support his argument. So she's out there. Who is she? Where is she? What's her name? And so he says you gotta find yourself. It means you don't have an argument yet. You can't make the claim. You don't got the goods.
Well, we'll have to see. I miss, just like yourself, Master Creator is a busy man. So when he's not pipping these hoes over there on International Boulevard, like we'll see if we can set something up. Maybe we'll see. Right.
No, I'm just driving International Boulevard now. You better got a hoe for me.
He has one more comment for you from the great Master Creator. I don't know how many women exist, but you just need one for you. I like it. And Hank left on that note. Yeah. Ragamuffin Vision, you have any thoughts, comments?
Oh, just
beefs.
Thanks for having me up, and appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you, bro.
Absolutely, brother. Much love, man. I mean it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit me up when you got some time, and I'll go over some of those things. I think TML is gonna end up doing that reading dealio. What we may do.
Okay.
Coming forth.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
it'll be good.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. All right. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Much love. Keep healing your eyes, man.
Oh, I always.
That third eye too.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 100.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
The great Truther Cop. Any thoughts, comments, or beefs?
Well, I guess one thing I was going to ask you: the London Man and Jedi, like, they don't work together anymore.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Jedi?
Oh, they were like working together for a moment. Or he had another name.
Was that a woman?
Too. No, it was a dude. It's like a huge buff dude.
Really?
Or was that you that worked? Yeah.
I mean, I used to do quite a bit of, a couple of broadcasts with London Man, but I haven't done it. Actually, I have one scheduled for him. I need to get in contact with him. But, no. I don't know. London Man's the type of dude that, he'll do his broadcast by himself, and then you'll see him do a string of broadcasts with one of his friends or acquaintances. So, yeah, he's not... Unless you heard some beef on the streets or saw some shit, I'm sure everything's good.
No, I'm sure it's fine. They used to work with this one guy, and
I think I know what you're talking about now. Jedi,
Jedi something.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? His takes.
Yeah. Anyhow, I saw you guys did one together earlier this year about the eye or something.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, because he's always talking about the eye and relating it to the the setup of the Earth and the moon, the symbolism. I'm like, it's fascinating, but I literally he's showing these diagrams of the eye and stuff. I'm like, I want to literally do a show with him where we literally look at an anatomy training video about the eye, and that's what we did, and it was fun. And we brought out some other shit, some cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
What
got
about,
interesting concepts in that.
so what about for you, dude? You live in a I think in a beautiful place from the pictures you've shown in the past and stuff. Any cool things you've been witnessing in the skies or hills and stuff?
The only thing I've had the one thing.
Yeah.
Like this was taken above my house a couple months ago.
That's the
Like,
one. That's dope.
yeah, supposedly Northern Lights, but it came down like a chemical or whatever. I don't know.
Look at that. It looks like TML's color of his
Yeah, it's the
avatar.
same color
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah. Looks like
Magenta.
the Green Reaper. Could be a lot of things. Did you get close enough to it and see the mist or something? 'Cause it looks like
No,
mist.
the person who owns the house took this picture and sent it to me
Yeah.
over my house.
It's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
You good? You good, Truth the Cop?
Yep. I'm
Sure,
quitting
good.
tobacco today, Mom. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not easy, but you can do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Just tell yourself, like like you're doing. You can go cold turkey, bro.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. What are you gonna replace it with anything?
I'm just gonna smoke more weed.
There you go. There you go, Truth the Cop. I'm glad I actually got a chance to talk to you, bro, because I always, I don't know.
Man.
You're good. You're a good dude, bro. You don't need
You
me to
too,
tell
man.
you that, but maybe you do sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
the streets can be rough.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
definitely. Yeah.
I'm glad we got
Yeah.
to talk, and you streaming again soon?
Yeah, I'll be doing this weekend. About
Awesome.
reality. What makes up your reality? Who do you worship? Type of shit. Yeah.
And be
Yeah.
cool. Oh, dude, TML. It'd be cool to see you over there more often too.
Yeah, he came on last two broadcasts ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's always a great one. Yeah, I love TML. Yeah.
Anyhow, interesting stream. Way
thanks,
better
bro.
than drama. That we could have. We all made great decisions. At least a little step up, I think.
There you go. You said it. Look, you heard it one from the great Truth the Cop himself. Appreciate you, bro. Don't forget that.
Be well,
Talk to
brother.
you soon, man.
Take care.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, dude. Getting the chills, man. Yeah, that was good. This is a good thing. And you're right, the look within. I was revved up, and I am gonna still be revved up. But it's pretty good right now. Let's see. What are these guys talking about, bro? And look, I gotta read this before we go. Master Creator, I don't know how many women exist today, but yeah, we already saw that. And I've never been a pimp. Don't get telling. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, metaphorically, right? That's just for shits and giggles. That's right. Never. Pittsburgh doesn't have an international boulevard that I can find. I never. Yeah, I told you he doesn't live there, bro. Even though I'm doxing him. Huh? Well, he doesn't even live in Oakland anymore. Master Creator of 23 with a comment. Find a nice lady, bro. Not a prostitute, so you don't need a international boulevard. So you can't be like walking down International Boulevard. And East 14th, they renamed it now International to make it more. I used to go to the the Thai spot on International, by High Street, I think it was around there. So good, that food. Super expensive though. I guess I have to rent a van after all the. In a van down by the river, or you can meet her at a bus stop if you ain't got a car, bro. Enroll yourself at community college, you might find her there. Yeah, that's that Coach Craig Adams peace sleeve game, Riz. He goes to the community college even though he's like 50 years old. You be getting those young grade 14 women, young ladies, community college. And then you can get those single moms that go back to college, right? Meet up after a night class and whatnot. Shout out to Truth the Cop. Be well, y'all. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look within. Yeah, bro. Be with it. Just control your impulses. Gotta do it all the time. I've been super high energy, like I was saying, but I gotta focus on it. Focus on what's your purpose. And in the meantime, much love, everyone. We'll be partying alone. Shout out to you, Ben. This is your favorite song right now, which has become my favorite songs. You're playing it so much. Love y'all. Love you, Ben. Peace. Peace.